There is something hauntingly seductive about the cursed, something that pulls you closer, even as it warns you to run. A curse, carved in bone by Danielle Jensen, opens its gates to a world that thrums with ancient magic, deadly bargains, and love so fierce it's forged in darkness. Set in a realm where the living are haunted by the dead, and salvation comes with a blood price, this story doesn't simply begin. It grips you by the wrist and drags you into the shadows, and you won't want to come back. In a land divided by superstition and power, the small village of Cadence is ruled by fear. Tucked away in the harsh wilderness of the north, its people live under the iron grip of religious zeal and the chilling knowledge that a curse lays heavy upon them. Every few years, a young woman is sent into the forest, sacrificed to the mysterious creature that haunts the dark. None return. None are mourned openly. To question is heresy. To defy is death. And yet, when Marin sees her sister chosen for this cruel ritual, she refuses to watch her vanish without a fight. Marin is not your average heroine. She is quiet but burning, hardened by grief and fierce with love. Her life has already been shaped by loss and by the limitations of her small-minded village. But she's not willing to accept this fate for her sister. When she follows the sacrifice trail into the forbidden forest, she is prepared to meet a monster. What she finds instead is something far more dangerous. A man, the so-called monster of the forest, is carved in shadows and bone. He's cursed, bound by ancient magic and vengeance. He calls himself Revan. Neither fully man nor fully beast, Revan has lived for centuries, trapped between life and death, his humanity frayed by isolation and rage. Marin is not the first to be sent to him, but she is the first to look him in, the eye without fear. And that is what makes everything unravel. Their initial encounter is a collision of suspicion and heat. Revan is bound to a curse that demands he take a life with every moon cycle. But Marin's presence changes the tempo of his suffering. She's not a sacrifice. She's a spark. And as she begins to unravel the truth behind the curse that plagues Revan and the generations of horror it has brought to Cadence, the two of them are drawn together by more than shared trauma. They are tied by fate. Danielle Jensen crafts this relationship with exquisite tension. Marin and Revan are both scarred and searching, both bound by duty and driven by desire. Their romance doesn't bloom in the light. It catches fire in the dark, in every stolen glance, every hushed confession, every brush of skin against skin. There's a quiet war between who they were taught to be and who they might become together. It's dangerous, it's forbidden, it's inevitable. But A Curse Carved in Bone is not just a story of romance. It is a tale soaked in folklore, blood magic, and revenge. As Marin digs deeper into the origins of the curse, she discovers the legacy of betrayal and brutality that birthed it. Revan is not the villain the village painted him to be. He was once a man who loved deeply, who lost everything, who was broken and remade by the same corrupt forces that now masquerade as righteous. The curse is not some divine punishment. It is a weapon, crafted and wielded by those who crave power, without consequence. With every answer comes another question. Why were the girls sent into the forest in the first place? Who benefits from their disappearances? And most importantly, can the curse be broken? The stakes rise when Marin realizes the truth is bigger than her village, bigger than Revan. The curse is a thread that winds through generations of silence and secrets, and the only way to cut it loose is to destroy the system that keeps it in place. But challenging that system comes at a cost. The church will not release its hold willingly, the elders will not admit their sins, and the forest itself seems to pulse with a magic that doesn't want to be tamed. As Marin's presence begins to awaken Revan's long-buried emotions, so too does it stir the curse itself. Forces begin to move in the dark. The church becomes aware of her defiance. Villagers turn against her. And Revan's hold over the darkness he's bound to begins to fray. The closer they get to the truth, the closer they come to destruction. But neither Marin nor Revan is willing to back down. What makes this novel exceptional is how Jensen builds tension through every heartbeat. The forest feels alive, the rituals are bone-chilling. The magic is both beautiful and brutal. And the romance, it's the kind that sneaks under your skin and settles into your bones. It's not a question of whether Marin and Revan will fall for each other. It's a question of whether their love will be enough to undo centuries of horror. Marin's transformation is another highlight of the story. She begins as a girl suffocated by her surroundings, but through the trials she faces, both emotional and physical, she becomes something else entirely. Stronger, wilder, a force in her own right. She doesn't just want to save her sister anymore. She wants to burn the whole corrupt system to the ground, and Revan becomes both her weapon and her weakness. The novel crescendos with a climax that is both gut-wrenching and exhilarating. Betrayals come to light. Sacrifices must be made. And just when you think you know how it will end, Jensen twists the knife. The curse, after all, is not easily broken. Love may be powerful, but so is hate. So is vengeance, and some wounds refuse to heal. But in the ashes of pain, hope rises. Marin and Revan do not get an easy ending. They get a true one carved in sacrifice, in choice, and in the stubborn refusal to let the past dictate the future. In this world, where bones hold memories and curses are written in blood, it is love, not faith or fear, that holds the key to freedom. A curse, carved in bone, is a lush and lyrical fantasy, perfect for fans of dark fairy tales, slow-burn romance, and heroines who refuse to bow to fate. It is a story that lingers, that howls in the silence, that makes you ache in all the right ways. Danielle Jensen doesn't just tell a story, she casts a spell. And once you enter the forest, you won't want to leave. You'll crave more. More magic. More secrets, more of Marin and Revan's dangerous, all-consuming connection. Because this isn't just a love story. It's a story of breaking chains, of burning the past to build something new, of carving your own future out of bone. So if you're searching for an audiobook that will grip you from the first word and refuse to let go until the last breath, A Curse Carved in Bone is your next obsession. Let the forest take you. Let the curse unfold. Just be warned, not all monsters wear claws. Some wear smiles, and some are simply born of pain too deep to name. If you want to listen full audiobook for free, link in description. Thank